Bro, what the fuck? Whoa!
Yeah. Yeah. Hey. I just wanna touch the top. Baby said that she in love and she don't love a lie. I've been chillin' with all the bros, I've been above the spot. Shawty said that things change, well it does a lot. Hey, watching out the payment, man, the sun is high. Yeah, lost inside the heart, but it's emerging right. I've been out the way and I'm good. I can find my home. Everything I said it was is not. Yeah, Jamaica, how you layin'? Yeah, you ain't say none, what you saying, baby? I lost you, but who's paying? Don't know why you hit my phone, why you playing? Yeah, I can't handle it without the trusting. Yeah, I can see the top, I wanna touch it. Yeah, we been getting money, no discussion. Now I don't let it top, but shorty always get the fussy. Yeah, hey, I like the cruise on it. Say she like the way I sound and how I groove on her. I been steady dodging bullets, how I move on her. But he talking out his neck and not a crew on her. Yeah, and I'm sliding. Shawty like the vibe, don't want the ride to end. Yeah, to the nice end. Yeah, to the nice end. I can always keep the cool, I'm never fighting. Man, I love was all the cake without the icing. Now I found new love, different pricing. And it won't cost my soul, no devices. Yeah, I ain't got a plan for it, I'm the man for it. Silver Brody couldn't stand for it, it's very important. I've been off the edge, I've been feeling the wind blowing. I can lose my head and my heart, but they been gone. I just hit the edge of stairs when it's dead time. I just lost promises, I regret mine. I just gained a lot of love on the west side. I'm the go, but I would never be the best guy. You might take me out of business like I'm Best Buy. Talk about the go to maybe zooming, I know that's right. Yeah. Talk about the go to maybe zooming, I know that's right. Thinking about the future, looking good and it's the best side. I remember.
Here we go again.
There we go. Hello.
Hello. Welcome back, everyone. Brought to you by Six Pack Coverage. This is Ride the Tide Sports Podcast, Season 2, Episode 35. My name is Tycho. I am joined today by the Wanderer, Jesse Carter, also Snoop Luke Dacey, over here to my side here. And down there in the other bottom corner, Mr. Tighten Up, Mick Dilly, Dylan Domzalski. Boys, Jesse, I got to talk to you for the first time in like 7 days earlier today, even though we live in the same apartment, which is wild. I know people wouldn't believe that we only see each other once a week, but that's true. We only see each other about once a week. But to everyone else, and I guess Jesse as well, I haven't really talked to you guys much. So what's everybody been up to recently, eh?
Well, you know, I've just been chilling at work.
Luke
It's been a little.
That was set up for Jesse because he's been gone, and Luke goes, well, you know.
Well, no one started talking.
For anybody, Dylan. You could have fucking been the first one to talk.
That was for everybody, and no one started talking.
Making it into something that it ain't.
Not
I'm just trying to figure out what you guys been up to. I don't know what you've been up to. I want to know why you were eating lunch in the parking lot of my apartment building. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, well, it's because, you know, I'd rather not eat a school lunch when I can go get McDonald's, grub it out, watch an episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and then go back to school and say hello to Jesse on my way back.
So wild that Jesse told me, he's like, yeah, I saw Dylan when I got home today at 12:15. I'm like, oh, Dylan's supposed to be in school. That's cool. Dylan's out in the back of the
They
apartment
really
building.
don't give a shit the past week, because for seniors, they've really just been all nonchalant about door dashing and this and that because they know we're out in a week. So, yeah.
I guess I get it, but I don't remember when last time you could just walk out of school and just peace out, I'm leaving.
Well, I go to a school that's undisclosed, but it's a lot less than other schools.
We'll call it that. All right, we got a lot to get into, so we'll start it off with Snoop Luke and the UFC news. We'll get right into it.
I'm talking in guap, now I'm speaking in fluent. When I hit the road, I won't leave till I do it. Acting out of hand, I'm like, be what you doing. We started off good, can't believe that we ruined it, yeah. I tried to fix with a sewing kid, yeah. I tried to fix it, you know I did, yeah. I tried to fix it, you know I did, yeah.
Luke, you're having some backlash here, buddy.
What?
Oh, wait, that was Jesse. You're all good. There was a noise in the background that fucked everything up, but we're good.
Okay. Well, anyways, UFC recap of Fight Night 206. We have Michael Pereira defeating Santiago Ponzinibbio via decision. Which, I mean,
Who the fuck is that guy?
You ain't lying, bro. You ain't lying.
well, he had some words. He had some words after the fight
Who the
because he was
fuck is
calling
that?
out Jorge Masvidal. He said, "Jorge sent an emoji to my wife. The folded hands emoji. He sent it to my wife and didn't send it to me. I never actually crossed paths with him. Never had the chance to really ask him. So I figured if I really want to understand, we might as well step inside the octagon." This man is searching for a fight because George tweeted out screenshots of their DMs. And the first thing ever, in July 11, 2020, she mentioned him in a story. And then March 17th, 2021, sent him his story. Kill it. You got this. And then he sent the emojis back of the praying hands, basically saying thank you.
Oh, so bro didn't know the whole story.
He didn't even try to figure it out, I guess. He was
Bro
just
didn't know
trying
that
to
his
search for
wife
another
started
fight.
it.
He's like, or is like crazy how crazy a world and how far has society has fallen that this idiot would use his wife to hopefully one day get a paycheck and create a fake narrative to try and get a fight with me when clearly he sees she slid in my DM. Wish you guys the best. Hashtag marriage counselor.
We love it. I mean, at the same time, this guy that you just mentioned, bro, never fucking heard of him. I think he's trying to make a name out of himself, but he doesn't realize that he just did exactly that in the opposite way.
Well, he's been in the game for a while, though, but he's also called out Nate Diaz. He said, I really want to fight Nate Diaz because it would
Everybody
be
wants to fight
fun
Nate Diaz.
Yeah, because he said it would be fun to slap each other around.
Everybody wants to fight Nate Diaz right now because they know that Nate Diaz just wants to fight.
But moving on to the main event of the night, because we got some shit. Ketlin Vieira defeats Holly Holm via split decision. And I have another question. Do we have another robbery in the year 2022?
Can I ask you a question, Luke, because you followed UFC longer than me?
What?
Have you ever seen a year of just officiating, reffing in UFC this fucking bad? Just continuously fucking up?
I haven't seen the judges this bad.
This is ridiculous, bro.
They get bad. They're saying, okay, to get on, Holly Holm basically won rounds 1 and 3. She verbally gave up, said like, okay, yeah, round 2 she probably lost, but I mean, without a doubt in her mind, she thought she had the fight. Everyone thought she had the fight without even a doubt, because her numbers were just absolutely. We were just about almost double the other chick's numbers.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you fuck that up again? This is not the first time. Another main event that the judges are like, let's put the spotlight on us and fuck this up. And
that's the problem, bro. It's always the co-main event or the main event. It's always one of the biggest fights of the night, and that has to be the one that you guys continuously fuck up.
It's insane. But moving on to some UFC news, because we have the superhero himself, Kevin Holland, coming to the rescue again?
He did some more shit?
Not to the extreme of what he did last time, but he was talking about how he helps pull out a guy who flipped over an 18-wheeler on the side of the highway. And he saw it happen. He said it was behind him, and he saw the 18-wheeler flip, so he ran over there, helped the guy get out and everything. He said fluids were pouring everywhere. He kept thinking it was just going to blow up. He didn't want to go back there, but the guy was like, yeah, I need to go get my phone, man. I need my phone. Kept insisting to go back there. Got the phone, got out. That was like, I think I need something else from in there. Go get it. He was like, dude, okay. Kevin Holland was like, okay, I'm not going anywhere near this again. We're done here. Then the cop pulled up. He was like, started walking, and the cop's like, all right, which one of you were driving? Kevin was like, oh, okay, no, not me. My car's over there. That was not me. And yeah, we got Kevin Holland being
How does he
active.
just find himself in these wild positions, bro?
I don't know, but every position he's found himself into that wild, he's taken the step up to go in there and try his best to help out the situation.
Damn.
And he is basically the superhero outside of the UFC in real life, I guess.
Correct.
Little vigilante, I guess.
Yes. Shout out, Kevin.
But next up, we have Beneil Dariush finally making pops up in the spotlights again after
What the
being
fuck did he
in
have
the
to say?
shadows for a while. Thoughts on Charles Oliveira? He says, sorry about that. Says Charles was supposed to fight me, bailed, ran and fought Tony Ferguson now. Now, instead of fighting actual contenders, he wants to go fight Conor McGregor. He wants to fight Nate Diaz. This is hypocritical. This is the only thing that's bothering me. But
you want to start or you want me to start? Because he called out your boy. So
he did. The problem is I like this guy. That's the issue. So why you gotta be calling out my other boy? What the fuck?
So he's saying McGregor isn't like a real challenge, bro? What?
Well, after yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, McGregor kind of is in the shape right now where he needs a tune-up fight to really get back in banging with the big dogs.
That's true. But at the same time, look at this man. He's a fucking.
McGregor had words on it. He said Beneil Dariush is the biggest nobody in the company.
Bro,
Which I mean,
Beneil's good, but
he's
Beneil.
not wrong.
For the record, I never heard of that guy.
Here's my thing, and this is perfect. That's how I just said that.
Because he's great.
You know what I was just about to say?
He's so good.
Beneil's a great fighter, but he isn't a Tyler fighter. He is a wrestler. He is a grounded pounder. He is the type of fighters that Tyler and the people that type of fighting, they hate.
I wouldn't say he's that boring of a fighter because I've watched a couple of his fights, and yeah, he does more of a wrestling ground game type. But
that's why Ty doesn't know who he is.
Yeah, but it was not as boring as the ones that we actually see live and talk about when we're watching the fight. And it's like, okay, we're trying to go take a nap or something through this. Like,
wasn't it his last fight when he fought Tony? Was it Tony he fought that he just buried him? Just 3 minutes.
I couldn't tell you his last opponent.
Yeah, well,
he's been out of talk for a long time.
I remember he
pops up every now and again, fights, does really fucking good. I like to watch it, and then it's like he becomes a ghost again, and he's in the wind. But he might be back now trying to get this title fight. Oh, we need that. But we have Burns eyeing down 2 potential fights.
Is one of them Nate Diaz? I'm going to guess one of them Nate Diaz.
No.
Wow.
I'm becoming a draw in this division. Now I'm on the cards. Kobe Covington makes sense, and Jorge Masvidal makes sense.
Okay, so bro just said, let me inject myself in this little feud right here and fight either one of you. I mean, here's my thing. I could see him and Jorge being made because I thought Colby was probably going to fight Dustin. So I could actually see Jorge and Gilbert being made in the future because who do you have Jorge fight right now? I don't know. If he wants to fight Gilbert, that's a fight to be made.
You have Jorge fight the people who call him out because I don't have anybody that you just look to and it's like, okay, Jorge needs to fight this guy.
Yeah, exactly. He's already fought him, and he's not in a position where he's at like the top of the game where you should be looking for a title fight right now. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But next up, we have Jan Blachowicz, who wants to fight Yuri Perzaka in
fought Glover yet.
What?
He hasn't even fought Glover yet.
Oh yeah, I know. He has not. But because he was talking about if they will do this fight in Europe, it will be one of the biggest fights in Europe. I think if they make this fight in Poland, me against Yari, in a national stadium, 60,000 people could be there.
Yeah, and I think that actually this is the best time to bring it up because for the first time ever, we see they're not going to Paris, or France, I mean, and they're going to different places. So, not a bad time to bring it up, actually. And
It really
I'd be
isn't
happy
a
if they
bad
go to
time.
Poland, bro. I'm Polish, bro. That should be lit.
I'd love to see that fight, to be honest. That's a good fight.
And I agree, but at the same time, actually, you know what? I don't want to speak on it. I don't want to talk about the Glover fight.
Well, let's just move on because we got Valentino Shevchenko's next possible fight, and oh man, this has me excited.
She hasn't had her fight yet either.
I know. She still has to get past that, but there is a chance that she might fight oh, I'm trying to did I get I think I put the wrong picture in there. Oh yeah, no, I got it. If the winner of Pena and Nunes could be her next fight for the belt.
Shit. Oh shit. That's how she's feeling?
That's how she's feeling.
Honestly, she earns the right to feel that way.
Honestly, I hope Nunes comes back and just punts Pena out of the octagon so we can see that Shevchenko third fight. We need to see that third fight because I think Shevchenko takes the third fight.
Yes, I agree. I think she does take the third fight. I think, yeah. It's so funny that they're already overlooking like Jiri and Valentina's next fights because the odds are so in their favor to win.
Well, it's not like they're overlooking it. It's like there's always a big possibility. Well, I guess that is overlooking it a little bit, but I mean, when you're at that point in time in the career of, Shevchenko, and you've just been rolling all these motherfuckers, and they're just throwing you new bodies to throw at you to beat up. I mean, sometimes you are more looking at the bigger fight than the current smaller fight you kind of have lined up for you.
Facts.
But that's all we got for the UFC.
Ba-dum-bum.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bow. Bow.
All right, boys, let's get into the basketball here. We got some NBA playoffs, but before that, we have some non-playoff NBA news to talk about, starting with the Denver Nuggets, and it has nothing to do with any of their players. Dylan, what's up with the Nuggets?
Well, it appears that the Denver Nuggets president has just pulled a whole big whoop-de-doo and decided that he's jumping ship. He kind of just pulled a whole big okie doke and left Denver to sign a 5-year deal, $40 million with the Timberwolves. He is now the new president of the Timberwolves, and I don't know if this was something that Denver was aware of before or after. I know some of the players didn't know, but that's quite a big thing to just do when you're the president of an organization and go, I'm going to jump ship. And it's also very surprising that he went to Minnesota. He must really see what they have going on over there and he must like it and must want to be a part of it.
Hey, I think he might just love Pat Bev. Maybe.
Shit, maybe that's what it was.
He was watching ESPN that one day Pat Bev was on, and they watched it the next day too, and he was like, yeah, I like that energy. I'm going there. Jesse, how do you feel about this? Just jumping ship? Are you a jump ship kind of guy?
Even if I was a jump ship kind of guy, I wouldn't go for the Nuggets to the Wolves.
Would you stay with the Nuggets, though, if you were the Nuggets guy?
Yeah. They just got some health issues right now. If all them guys stayed healthy for a season, they'd go crazy.
I agree. I think if the Jamal was healthy, that not saying that the Warriors series wouldn't have went how it went, but I think it would have probably been a lot more competitive.
I don't think it would have been a sweep.
Not at all. It would have at least probably went 6, in my opinion, if you have Jamal and Jokic.
And MPJ.
And Gordon. Like they got people. So
they do. They have a good roster.
Yeah.
The roster's there for sure. But regardless, I mean, whatever. He jumped ship. It is what it is. Next up, we got the Bulls and the Pistons set to play in Paris. How do we feel about this, boys? The Bulls and the Pistons next season will be playing an NBA game in Paris.
The only thing I can think of is that Killian Hayes is from France. I was
Well,
like, bro, they probably just were looking for people on each team to put that are from like their home place. So if that's the case, then I appreciate you, Killian. My thing is the Pistons are going to be a really interesting team this year because we still don't know how they're going to fare. My thing is scheduling. When the NFL goes out of town or they go to London or, normally they'll get a bunch of days in between. The NBA schedule, I feel like, is a lot more boom, boom, boom. So I want to see how much rest they're going to get because they might be in a position where they could just get fucked by the way the schedule works. It's good for exposure, though, because we'll be primetime.
Look, all I'm saying is the future is now, Dylan. All right, the future is now because
I said that about the Tigers.
Cade, look, Cade with a beard. It all clicked when Travis pointed out that Cade Cunningham with a beard is Steph Curry.
Yeah, he does look like his brother. You're not wrong. They do look very similar.
You can't tell me that they don't look real similar.
They both can grow about 80% of a beard.
Well, yeah. About 80% each. But regardless, Travis pointed out they look alike. I ended up putting it together, and they really do look alike.
Yeah, and I think that we should also point out that you got that picture from the fact that Cade Cunningham, Isaiah Stewart, and Livers were all and Killian Hayes, with Dwayne Casey head coach.
They went to the Boston Miami game 4.
Exactly. Yeah. How do you feel about that? I like that. I love seeing shit like that.
I think that's really good because Weaver is like, all right, these are my guys. Obviously, these guys know that if I'm taking them on this trip, that they're my guys. They're going to be here for a while. And this is what, atmosphere, you should be striving for. The playoff atmosphere, this is how it feels. This is what you want, where you want to be at this point of the season. So give them a little taste of it, and that way next season, balls to the fucking wall.
I agree.
So I like it for that reason. Jesse?
We going crazy. We're trying to already get that playoff atmosphere so we can bring it back home.
Hey, look, someone's got to do it for Detroit, man. Someone's got to do it for us, right? Why not the Pistons?
Why not us?
But speaking of that game, the Celtics absolutely blew out Miami in Game 4, and I actually have a wild stat that I need to talk about. So everyone knows that when you're watching basketball, there's usually a stat that pops up on the screen that says the amount of lead changes that have happened in the game. So here's my question. If you already know the answer, let me know that you already know the answer. Dylan, it sounds like you might already know the answer.
Jesse told me this morning.
Jesse, Mike Valeni is on at 2:00, so that's actually impossible.
My bad.
But
it was Carson.
It was Doug. It was Doug Karsh. But shout out Doug Karsh for this wild stat. 97 won the ticket. How many lead changes, Jesse, do you think there have been throughout the four games so far? The first 4 games.
6.
6?
I think you're pretty damn close. You're 2 off.
You,
right?
You are 2 off.
It's 8.
What do you think? No, it's not.
8. Oh, then I thought it was 8.
It's 4.
Oh!
There have been 4 lead changes in this series, and there have been 4 games played. Are you kidding me?
While staying on that stat,
whoever scores first is going to win.
That's how it's looking. I'm going to let this stat sit with that stat.
That's insane.
That same game, Game 4, at the end of the first half, Jimmy Butler and Miami starters had 12 points at the end of the first half. Jimmy shot 3 for 9. Tucker shot 0 for 3. Bam shot 1 for 2. Lowry shot 1 for 5. And Struss shot 0 for 5. They had 12 total points at the end of the first half.
Hey, look, that's brutal, man. That's how you get blown out in Game 4 by a good Celtics team, especially a Celtics team that plays good defense. And I feel like that has something to do with it when those star players aren't making shots.
Game 5 is going to be huge because Tyler Hero is confirmed that he's out and Marcus Smart is confirmed that he's in. So the Celtics.
And Williams is in.
So the Celtics could really do some damage here and pull away, or Jimmy Butler could just go in his bag. I really don't know. The series is so wonky.
It is, but time will tell. Game five coming up next. The Mavs and the Warriors played in Game 4 last night, and the Mavs were experiencing a little bit of a thunderstorm in Dallas. And let's just say that that man right there was not a happy camper because last year they had a similar problem. And let's just say that the look on Mark Cuban's face there says, I'm a man that spent a lot of money last year to get this fixed, and it's broken again.
He said, I'm on Shark Tank.
He said, I'm pissed.
This is what we're doing. I got this much money. And out of all the owners,
he said, I literally fixed this because last year they had a problem with the roof leaking, and now this year they're having another problem with the roof leaking after he just spent a shit ton of money to get it fixed. So Mark Cuban, not a happy camper, but at the end of the day, the Mavs did avoid the sweep, and they go back to Golden State to end the series next game.
I'm going to be the one to say, as the Mavs fan, the second we won this game, I said it's fucking Warriors in 5. There's no way that we win this next game in San Francisco.
There is no way.
I really can't see it happening.
Cade Cunningham's brother will make sure of it.
As much as I wanted to, if the Warriors ended up blowing a 3-0 series lead to the Mavericks, Tom, I don't think you'd ever talk about basketball again.
I don't know if I'd ever speak about basketball again, ever.
Oh, I'd have to get a t-shirt.
There ain't no way. There ain't no way. I'd make a t-shirt. Fuck.
Shit. I honestly.
It says, I hate basketball. That's what the t-shirt would say. Moving on. We got some NHL news to get into. We'll bring Luke back in here for some NHL. Mr. Puck got the Tampa Bay jersey on. And then why does he have the jersey on? Well, because the Lightning can't lose. And the Tampa Bay Lightning have advanced to the Stanley Cup Finals for the third year in a row with a sweep of the Florida Panthers, who were allegedly out of the club at 3 a.m. But whatever.
What the fuck, man? This fucking guy in the same jersey that he's worn ever since the playoffs have started, and he comes in here and he gets to fucking dance and he gets to laugh and he gets to have all this good ass time, and I'm sick of it. I'm tired of the fucking Lightning every year. Do you remember when it was Golden State and the Cavaliers every year? If the Lightning go to the finals again this year, it's going to almost try to, because it can't do it, but it's going to try to ruin the game of hockey for me. And it's bullshit. Fuck the Lightning.
The Canes are going to shut them down. It's okay. They just got to get past this whole get up. Then
the Canes got to fucking win a road game.
And then make the whole journey difficult.
I mean, technically, they don't really need to. They do have home ice advantage.
They're literally 6-0 in that home. And
if they won only home games for this series, they'd still win the series.
They're playing really solid. I don't want to give them credit, but I mean, credit's due where credit's due.
But what's gonna happen? Yeah.
But it's looking like I won't say it.
Don't fucking say it. It's not happening. Who do they play next? Who would they play?
The winner of the Canes Rangers.
Perfect. All right, that's what I wanted you to say. So if Canes win, it'd be Canes.
But look how the Canes. Listen. The Canes have been doing this thing where, like, we saw what they did in the last series. There was no reason it should have went on that long when you watch the first 2 games. Same thing happened this series. If they do that, like, they can't keep being so inconsistent or they'll get mopped.
I agree. I think if they play how they play against those 2 teams against Tampa, it's going to be completely different because Tampa's a completely different unit.
Well, I mean, if they keep pulling Tampa's not a team that you can keep shutting out at home. They will penetrate at home. If they cannot figure out what to do on the road, if they get past the Rangers and meet Tampa, it's going to be a sorry little road for them.
Well, Luke, I mean, do you have that Andre Vasilevsky stat in game closing out games, like when they're clinching the games or whatever? He's played in 7, I believe. He's 7-0, and he's only allowed 1 goal.
In
all 7 games combined.
I
that
don't
right?
have that one. I had a stat. I did see one where I had one where he is now the all-time, I'm pretty sure, all-time leader in clinch wins. Now after that one in series clinch wins.
Here's your
He
Vasilevsky stat.
passed. Yes, it.
The Tampa Bay Lightning in their last 10 series clinching wins. Here is how many goals he's allowed in those 10 games. 4 goals, 2 goals, 1 goal, 0 goals, 0 goals, 0 goals, 0 goals, 0 goals, 1 goal, 0 goals. In last 10 series clinching games, that's how many goals Vasilevsky.
So what about the last 7?
0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0.
And he did that against the highest scoring offense in the league.
I said it last year when they won the cup. The only person I just kept honestly giving all the credit to is Vasilevsky because he's fucking amazing. He's the best goaltender in the league.
That was the first time the Panthers have ever been shut out all year long, regular season and postseason included.
God, they tried to help him too. They even took 2 away in game fucking 4, and they still lost.
That was that funny part about that is when they scored for the 3rd time to where it counted, you saw all 5 players on the ice just staring at the replay screen to make sure it was a clean goal.
They're like, did we get one this time? Finally, please. Finally, can we have this one? All right, cool. Speaking of having one, how about Mike Smith, huh? Have a freaking day. Mike Smith had probably one of the worst goalie moments that we've seen so far this year, and especially in the playoffs. But Mike Smith, we'll roll the clip here in a second. Tampa Bay is like a wall. You smack that thing, all you want is not coming down. Yeah, it's facts, Fuller. It's facts. But Mike Smith, man.
About this situation, Markstrom thought he was about to have the worst goalie moment of the game after 21 seconds into the game, playing the puck horribly, and then letting them score in an empty net 21 seconds in the game. But no, little did he know, Mike Smith was about to pull up his big boy pants and just take a fat shit in the
crowd. It gets shot up high enough that he loses it once it's in the crowd. It gets shot up high enough that he loses.
The best is when he looks around like, what the fuck just happened?
I don't think he ever saw the puck.
No. They got lost in the people. It wasn't his fault.
Said, yeah.
It
went high enough to where it blended in with the crowd.
I watched him slap that and still had no idea it went into the back of the net until it was in the back of the net.
Bro, imagine you're.
He saw it out the corner of his eye, like in the faintest little light. He saw something like black just flying past him. He's like, "Oh wait, I gotta react."
Oh my god, a goal! Oh,
imagine,
shit.
bro, you're.
The puck was down there.
And you imagine you're a fan at that game and your team's winning by 1, and there's 7 minutes left, and that's how the game is tied.
Oh, actually, that.
Well, it didn't matter because
it did matter because that made the game a 1-goal game.
No, that tied the game.
No, it didn't. The game was never tied.
Yeah, it was.
3-3?
Was it?
That made it 3-3.
Yeah, that made it 3-3.
The game started 0-0.
Yeah, so it did start tied.
It was tied.
But it made it.
They were down 3-0. Then they got the 2 goals in the 34 seconds or something like that. And then that slap shot happened. Then it was 3-3. Then Edmonton scored. It was 4-3. Then Edmonton got an empty netter, and it was 5-3.
Then that had to be was that not the second goal then?
No, it was the 3rd goal.
It was the 3rd.
Yes. All right, whatever.
All right, the last series we have in the NHL to talk about, the Avs are up 3-1 on the Blues. They play Game 5 tonight at 8 o'clock. It started already. But, yeah, they play tonight. Avs most likely, I think, will take Game 5 and end the series. Anyone disagree?
Nope.
They're going to get them out of there.
Actually, you know what?
Oh!
Hey, I'll say St. Louis wins this next game. I'll take Avs in 6. Not 5, 6. I think St. Louis will win this game because St. Louis has shown that they're a team that it's very hard. You feel like you could get them down and out on one leg, but they'll still keep fighting. I think that they could still sneak one more out just off of their fight. I mean, like
Have
I've
you been
said
watching the
since the playoffs
series?
have started, they're one of those teams that I feel like, yes, I understand the Avalanche is a front runner next to the Lightning to win it all right now, but fuck you, Zach. Where's the Wild at? Where are the Canes at? Suck my dick. That's what I thought. But what I was saying is that St. Louis is a team that I think is a lot more fight than I think that they're a playoff team. Is what I'm trying to say from the front. So I think
Yeah.
that they have more fight than most teams in here.
Dylan, I agree that they're a playoff team, but they have not been a playoff team this series. Don't let the scores fool you. I've been watching almost every single game of this series, and it's just the Blues getting dominated most of the time.
Well,
They're
fucking
getting
Binnington got
outshot.
hurt.
They're getting outworked. Their goalies are keeping them in the game until they let up a goal. Then it's the floodgates have opened.
Yeah, they don't have any offense. That's the problem right now. Is that St. Louis and they didn't really have any offense going even the game they've won. That's damn. You're not gonna win a game off defense alone. I mean, you're not gonna win a series off defense, especially when it's against a team like Colorado. Too good of an
But
offense.
you can win
I
a
don't know.
series.
I
based off-
disagree with that heavily
I mean,
because
ask
with
Vasilevsky.
only defense. You need
With
some
only
offense. At some
with
point.
only defense,
Yeah.
no. You obviously need to score goals in order to win the game. But Vasilevsky showed that sometimes it can be all defense. Like
Dylan,
when you get down to the crunch time of it. But to get to that point where you're closing out the series, like the Lightning did, they had to score a lot of goals, win a lot of games to get to that point to where defense came down to winning the series for them. Because forwards win games, defense wins championships.
I knew you were gonna say that. I was just waiting for you to say that. I was seeing how long it was gonna take, and you said it. At the
that's Dylan. That's true. Yeah, they need some offense, but like there really hasn't been any defense. That's why it's like their defense ain't really doing shit against there. And how you beat teams like the Avs, you need heavily good ass defense to shut them down, slow down the game, push for a low scoring game, and then get the mucky goals on offense.
That's true. And sometimes you need some puck luck. And I'll be honest right now, the problem is the puck luck in this series has gone to the Avs. I mean, sometimes it doesn't matter. Like the puck luck in the Tampa series, that bitch went to Florida, and they still couldn't get a goal. So it's not always that big of a deal. But I'm saying,
True.
I'm just saying, right now it is on the Avalanche side, which doesn't help.
Definitely. Now this is definitely something. Before we get into the full MLB update, Dylan only MLB update.
No,
this is something that we
shit.
definitely need to talk about as a group, okay? Because this is controversial in a couple different ways. And it's the Josh Donaldson comments that resulted in a suspension. Now, for those of you that are unaware of the story, I'll break it down real quick. So Josh Donaldson and Tim Anderson. Josh Donaldson plays for the Yankees. Tim Anderson plays for the White Sox. They were playing against each other, and in a Sports Illustrated article that came out about a year ago, I think, maybe a few years ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, yes. Tim Anderson said that he referred to himself as the next Jackie Robinson because he was going to change the game in his own personal way. So he referred to himself as Jackie Robinson. So in the game, Josh Donaldson is also notoriously known as like a prick. He's an asshole.
Correct.
He doesn't get along with his own teammates, all that shit, whatever. But Josh Donaldson, when they were playing, referred to Tim Anderson as Jackie. Now, after the game, it came out that had been said, and the White Sox manager immediately turned it into a racial thing. When he was asked about it in the press conference, he said that it was racist and that was way out of line, yada, yada, yada. And then everyone starts doing their research. People find out, okay, Tim Anderson literally referred to himself as Jackie. And then you have Josh Donaldson saying he referred to himself as Jackie. This isn't like an inside joke or whatever. And then Tim Anderson replies and says, what inside joke? Like, we're not friends. So my question to you guys is, do you see this as racist? When I first heard about it with all the information, like I waited till I had everything before I made my decision. I personally think that it's all about how he would have said it. I'm not sure how he said it because there's a difference between like being nice about it and being mean about it. Like, you know when you're saying it,
No, I
how you want
disagree.
it to sound.
I think the fact that it came out with him, I think honestly, I'm leaning more towards like, and I agree. I have read every article to make sure I'm not jumping to any conclusions type shit. I do think that this was more on the racist side because of one thing that Tim Anderson said when he said it's not an inside joke. We're not cool like that. What that told me is it's different if it's somebody that Jackie's been cool with in the past, or he's been teammates with, or
Jackie
played college
is
ball.
not.
Or
Jesus
I mean,
Christ.
if Tim Anderson, God damn it, if Tim Anderson was played with him in the past, or was boys with him, or teammates with him, I feel like this would be a different scenario. But it's the fact that you guys are not cool like that at all, and you're just going up to him. You're not calling him Tim. You're calling him Jackie. If I was Tim, I would have taken offense to it. How it is, because you don't know him like that, and you're not cool like that.
But you would have immediately thought that he was saying you're Jackie because you're black.
Well, here's my thing: has Tim Anderson brought
Is
this
that?
up?
But is
Well,
that?
wait,
That's
Tyler. Let me
the
say
point.
one thing.
That's the point.
In 2 years, this article, it came out 2 years ago, right? Me
Yes.
and you, we probably are like most of the baseball world. I was unfamiliar he even did this. I didn't even know he was referring himself to this. So
Well, I don't read a lot of articles.
I don't think in the past 2 years he's been consistently referring himself to this. So maybe it is something that he said it 2 years ago, and he's not still saying it. So it was one of those things like, wait, what the fuck?
It's also like
When he did scenarios.
Anderson said that he told Donaldson not to call him that back in 2019.
Okay, so then yeah,
That's what Anderson said. So it's like,
But Donaldson's a prick.
yeah,
If you tell him not to do it, he's probably gonna want to do it more. That's the type of guy he is, and everyone in the MLB already knows that going into it.
so like if
And I'm sure the talk around the league is different. Like we're probably, we're not talking about, oh, look at what this guy said in this article or whatever. But I'm sure in the clubhouse, they talk about that kind of stuff. Because they'll read those articles, be like, hey, did you hear what this guy said? Did you hear what this guy said? So they probably talk about it a lot more than we do. And so for Josh Donaldson to bring it up on the field, I feel like it's not really a racist thing. I feel like it's a competitive thing. And he's just trying to get under your skin so that you're rattled. Because that's what he does, because he is a prick. I'm not saying I support him or what he did in any way, but that's just
Right.
what he does. I feel like it wasn't racially motivated. That's the way to say it. It wasn't racially motivated in my vision of it. It was just, this is the dirt that he had on him, so he threw the dirt on him.
I agree that when he said it, he probably was not thinking anything racial of it when he said it.
Right.
Well, he was referring himself as Jackie, like as Jackie Robinson, right? Am I getting that right?
Tim
Yeah.
Anderson referred to himself
like
Okay.
as
as Jackie.
far as we know, he did it in an interview. We don't know how much he refers to himself as Jackie.
Okay,
Like if
so
he does it consistently.
I know I didn't. So just from playing hockey alone, there's been people and kids in leagues I just know about. They do, especially the kids I've had on my team. They do extensive research on players that they are playing up against, so they can talk shit to throw them off their game. And if he rolled across that article like that, then he was probably just gonna get under his skin by that. But so I could see that not being very racially motivated.
I just think there's other ways to do it, bro. I just feel like there was
I mean,
he could have said. There was a different way he could have. There was so many different things I feel like he probably could have said to Tim Anderson. It just didn't. It didn't
They wouldn't have gotten under his skin the same.
Maybe you're right, but also maybe
And now he's suspended.
But then maybe
For
Tim
one
Anderson-
game.
Well,
If you
what
wanna-
happened? And what was the outcome from that? The next game, Josh Donaldson got suspended, and Jackie and fuck, and Tim Anderson hit a 3-run homer in the bottom of the 8th to give him the win. So I mean, and then Tim Anderson came back and he said to all the Yankees fans, "Yeah, shut the fuck up now," and
If
he
you
got
wanna-
fired up. So if it got under his skin, it did the opposite result because you got suspended and bro went crazy the next game. So
Hey, I think it would have been different if Josh Donaldson was on the field the next game and didn't get suspended. I think it would have been a different
he wouldn't
vibe.
have hit that home run.
I think he would have called him Jackie again, and they would have fought.
Oh, they would have fought for
I think he was.
sure.
I think if they play again, I think he's going to do it again.
Was it? And not
If they
that
play again.
I forgot about it, but I forgot to bring it up. But this
No,
wasn't the only whole racial type ordeal that happened in sports because of the NHL after Game 3. Nazem Kadri for the Avs got hella racist messages over.
What did he do?
He was the
He's
guy
the one
who
that
ran into the
goalie.
yeah.
That's it? That's what
Yeah.
this is over?
Yeah.
Yes.
All
And
of these what?
the craziest part about it, there was a St. Louis soccer player that sent him a message too. They got suspended until the investigation's done off the St. Louis soccer team. And Kadri, what he did with all that hate, it fueled him because he went into Game 4 and pumped out a fucking hat trick.
Yeah, dude, you're getting death threats because you ran into your fucking goalie. Jesus, man, that is ridiculous. I'm sorry. Like I can't believe that. I understand being passionate fans, but if that's my fan base, I'm embarrassed. I'm not gonna lie.
That's absolutely embarrassing and atrocious from the Blues fan base.
Damn, I just said all that shit
did
about
my
St. Louis.
research.
Man, fuck them.
The Yankees don't play the White Sox for the rest of the year. It's disappointing.
Well, I think that in its own way might be good for.
Maybe they'll play each other in
playoffs.
playoffs. Yeah.
Oh shit, they're probably just gonna win their
They
division.
could. They could.
The Yankees are. They're going crazy right now. The Yankees are the best team.
But also, someone's going crazy in Boston. And that man is Trevor Story, who is continuing to just okay, look, I'll admit maybe I could have possibly been wrong. Right? I could have possibly been wrong because Trevor Story has 5 home runs in the last 6 games?
Tyler,
right?
Yes, to start the year, he had 16 RBIs in 34 games. In his last 5 games, he has 17 RBIs and 6 home runs. He's on a fucking tear. He's doing it home and away right now.
Well,
this man might be the first person ever. He might be the first person to ever get player of the week back to back. I'm not gonna lie, because he is going insane right now. And you know what's crazy? Boston now all of a sudden is on a 6-game winning streak. I'm just saying.
Hey, look, you got guys heating up, guys rolling. You know, it's easy to get on a win streak, get the boys buzzing, because when one guy's rolling, you know, you can feed the whole dugout, feed the boys, and get all the bats going. So maybe if we just trade for Trevor Story for the Tigers real quick, we can all of a sudden turn this train wreck around. Because I do want to mention really quick that the Detroit Tigers at this very moment in time, last season, at this time, we had 2 more wins than we do now.
Dude.
This many games through the year.
Dude, like.
We are going down instead of up.
Like. Last season, it was
Wait. Does this count or does it not count? Because 3 or 4 of our starting pitchers are injured. Riley Green's not here. Torkelson's the only guy that we were excited about that's actually been playing consistently and not injured. Does it count right now or does it not count until they're all back?
It counts because it definitely counts because here's how I look. If we had more things last year, we had pieces and we had players that we were able to get excited about. We started from the bottom and we were able to climb. This year, the only fucking player I've been excited about is Skubal. He's the only consistent.
He's a dog.
That's been great because in the offensive side, you have players like Jonathan Scope, like Robbie Grossman, like Candelario. They can all fucking go. I'm going to be honest with you. When Robbie Grossman's batting 180 and his fucking OPS is shitty, and we have fucking Candelario, who still can't crack 200 yet, and then we have Jonathan Scope, who was our big power bat last year. He's
Jonathan
finally
Scope
now just
has heated up.
50. He is
He's
this
heating
week.
up the last week.
Past 7 games, he has heated up.
He has to stay. It has to be another 2 weeks of this though before
but I'm saying
satisfied
is like,
with him.
Where's all the pieces that we had last year? Okay, I'll give you this: Mize and Manning and the fucking who's the third pitcher, Alexander. People like them, they're injured right now, and Erod injured. All these people, you know what I mean? I get that.
Erod's also been kind of.
Erod almost needed to get injured because there was something off.
From the beginning of the year, I feel like.
Yeah, but my thing is the people like not mentioning them, the people who were helping us a lot last year. Robbie ain't doing shit this year. Badu's in fucking AAA. He can't.
Yeah, but he asked to go to AAA because he was like, "I'm off."
He was completely off.
But hey, let's give a big props to Bo Brisky.
Okay, bro, I'll give a props.
That guy's been doing pretty good.
Can we also give a props to Miggy, who is our best hitter, average. He has the most RBIs in our team right now. And even though he's the age guy, bro, he's our best hitter right now. And we have people like Baez and whatever.
He's our best hitter, and that's the issue.
That's so problematic.
But the thing is when you look
that
at
when shouldn't be a thing. That's the big issue.
He can't score.
How old he is.
And if he gets on base,
then he
goes to second. Then if there's someone behind him, like for example, in the game that they were playing not today but last night, Miguel Cabrera got on base, right?
Correct.
Then Miguel Cabrera ended up at second base. Then there was a guy on first. We're losing. Pinch fucking runner. He can't run.
Oh, yes. I remember freaking out about this yesterday.
He can't run, but they didn't put a pinch runner on. So, a ground ball in the gap, he can't score. He's not scoring.
And we have Cameron and Hill, the two little fastest fucking guys sitting on the bench, waiting to go in. I don't understand it. And also,
that was a bonehead move by AJ Hinch.
You just brought that up to my head, and that reminds me. Why don't we steal bases anymore? We don't steal anymore.
We have what
once every 5 games. I think we have maybe.
Yeah, isn't that what it is? Once every 5.
Once every 5 games.
How many do they have this year?
There's no way we have more than 5. Dude, we don't steal. Nobody steals. We're playing like pussies. Last year we were competitive as fuck. Every other game we were stealing bases. Baez is a good base runner. Robbie's a gross base runner. Robbie, Hill, fucking, we have people that can steal bases, and I don't know why they're not doing it.
Because they're not on base.
Well, the problem is when they are on base, it's not like they're doing anything. I mean, Miggy's 39. That's 57. Fuck.
We can't hit.
Stolen bases. 1, 2, 3,
the
4,
league average
5,
right now is
7.
27%.
We have 8 stolen bases this year.
Like,
fucking hell.
8. That is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. It's a fucking problem, dude.
Dude, we've played 42 games. We have 8 stolen bases. That's
I'm pretty sure
awful.
we're
to do with base runners.
I'm pretty sure the Tigers' offense is like last in absolute or like close to last in every category offensively.
Yep, and it's not easy to do that when your entire starting rotation is fucking injured. It's not gonna help at all.
No. So maybe we can just pretend like we're Baltimore people for a couple minutes and give
they suck,
the end of the news
but
here.
everybody loves them. They're America's team. They're what I wanted the Tigers to be this year. Maybe we weren't going to be amazing, but we're going to be fun as fuck to watch. 4 days, 4 series weekend. They got 3 walk-offs. Root Odor got 2 of them. And in the third game, they got Adley Rutschmanson, the biggest prospect who everyone's been hearing about time and time again, finally got called up to the majors, and he scored his first ever run being the walk-off. If I have 3 walk-offs and a 4-game homestand, my momentum cannot be any fucking higher, bro, because it's almost like when you get a walk-off, when you get that adrenaline feeling, when you go back into the dugout and you pour the water all over, there's got to be no better feeling. If you go and do that the next day, imagine that feeling. Now imagine doing that 3 days out of 4 in a home series. They're on the ultimate wave of momentum right now, which is funny as hell to say because they're in the hardest division in baseball in the American League, where Boston, Yankees, and the Rays are all turning up right now. If the Orioles start turning up too, and you're just going to tell me that every single team in that division is going to go crazy like how the Padres, Giants, Diamondbacks, and Dodgers are, I'm fucking here for it, dude. I'll watch just a series in the AL and the series in the NL, and all 4 of those teams will find a way into the playoffs. Fuck it. Here for it.
I know we were talking about how the Tigers are hitting so bad, but I would like to talk about how Candelario did hit a home run today.
We did win today. Yes, we did. We won in our first ever extra innings game of the year.
And we finally beat the fucking Twins.
Bro, I thought, dude, the second
never beat the
game
Twins.
went into the 9th, I was like, here we go. Another walk-off by the Twins. How many fucking are we going to get? But at the beginning of the season, all the Drake fans were hyped as now. Zach, the last time I talked about these guys, I said the rebuild isn't over. This is the build, bro. And this is how this aged, bro. That clip aged worse than anything I've put out all year, bro. I thought it was now. I thought after opening day, when we got the walk-off, and I felt that momentum. I've gone to 2 games this year. And the problem is, I've gone to the best 2 all year. I went to opening day and I went to 3,000.
Yeah, hey, I'm 2-0.
Yeah, exactly. And both of them were like,
Wait, no, I'm
Same.
3-0.
Yeah, we're 3-0.
exactly. So the
Hey,
atmosphere
Luke,
of
we're
the
3-0.
game-
I think we got to go to more games.
that's
3-0,
right.
baby.
We
Let's
just get
go.
season tickets, we'll be good.
Yeah,
Ride
no,
the
for sure.
tide. He's got to show up at every game.
But that's
Tigers
the problem.
undefeated.
You get the
Yeah,
momentum
for
after
sure.
you see a win, and then you're like, oh, this team's different. And then you don't realize that their next 3 series they play, they're going to win 1 game in every single one of those series.
Well, we thought we were about to go.
It's bad,
the
okay? It's bad.
Last game we went to, we thought we were about to go walk in on a loss because they won the first 2 games, and we was like, oh, God, they haven't swept since the one time at the start of the season. We're going into the sweep game, and they swept.
Yeah, they swept Baltimore, and then ever since they swept Baltimore, Baltimore started winning. So I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't get that.
They said we got swept by the Tigers.
Let's get
Pull it together.
Get it together. But that's all we got for news for today. So if anyone has any last remarks on today's podcast, anything they feel like mentioning, maybe the fact that Jared Goff's ranked 30th among NFL quarterbacks, worse than fucking Trubisky. But other than that,
Oh, I do have one
30th.
thing. I have one thing.
30th.
Out of all starting,
30th. Yeah, he's behind. 29 is Tua. 28 is Mariota. 27 is Trubisky.
They put
And
Mariota
26 is Winston.
Tua. No fucking way they put Mariota in front of Tua.
okay. First of all, not only did they put Mariota above Goff, but they put him over Tua as well, and I am so shocked.
After Tyreek just said,
And Trubisky's better than all of them.
That's wild to me.
Dude, what they put and Mitchell
they-
27.
Could they not put Goff ahead of Trubisky because Trubisky is the lion
Wait,
killer?
do you have that whole list?
No, I just have 26 through 30.
Shit, I need to know what Kirk Cousins is on that fucking list right now. Because if he's top 10, we're gonna have a fucking problem, and I know he's gonna.
14.
He's gonna be like 9, and I'm.
Do you want me to see? Do you want me to see if I can
Yes.
find it real quick?
Yes, I want to see if you can find it.
I was gonna say that even though Otani's hitting pretty bad this year, he's still pitching at a 2.82 ERA.
Yes, Itani is. What do you call it? I think the thing is that after last year, and I'm guilty of this. I thought, boom, we have another Babe Ruth. Every year he's gonna wait, and every year he's gonna pitch insane. But a big thing is that if he has a year where like this year his numbers aren't as good hitting, okay, well how are his pitching numbers? And as long as I feel like at least one of them is consistent, then he's gonna be fine. He's one of the biggest names in the
You
game.
know what he's batting in his last 5 games?
No, I don't, but I know that you do.
I believe, because I just lost it, that it was a
He
one.
had it.
I think it was a 1.54 or 1.82.
The fuck is going on with Shohei? Hey man, at the same time, a lot of people forget Shohei's first year in the league, he did not hit very well.
Dylan,
Tyler, do you have?
I wish I could give you what you want, but the countdown is slowly being released.
Oh,
He did not release it all at once. So right now he released 40 through 21. Okay.
He better be in 21.
So Goff is 30. I will
Okay.
start at 30 and go down to 21. Okay.
That's your Kirk Cousins' fucking name.
At 30, we have Jared Goff. At 29, we have Tua Tagovailoa. At 28, we have Marcus Mariota. At 27, we have Mitchell Trubisky. At 26, we have Jameis Winston.
Wow.
At 25, we have Jalen Hurts.
Wow.
At 24, we have Trevor Lawrence.
They put.
At 23, we have Justin Fields.
Yeah.
At 22, we have Zach Wilson. And at 21, Daniel Jones.
All right. So wait a minute. They're saying that Daniel Jones. Read 21 through 24, just real quick.
Daniel Jones, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence.
You're telling me that right now they're better than Tua and Jameis Winston.
Yep. That's what this is saying. Well, according
Wow.
to Chris
Jesse,
Sims.
how you feel about that? Over
What do you think about Chris Sims?
Wow.
I think this nigga's off a bean. That list is nuts. I'm not about to sit here and act like that's even a credible list. That list has so much flaw. The audacity of this nigga to do what he's doing is crazy to me.
The fuck is wrong with this guy? Did he just start watching football? He's got, oh my God. Is that Teddy B at 38?
Yes, sir. Pickett's at 39.
Bro, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? He don't work for ESPN.
Where's Kirk
right?
Cousins?
He's not on here yet. He's too low.
He's not on.
He's top 20.
Yeah, he hasn't released the
He's
rest
top
yet.
20.
He's not top.
According to Chris Sims, Kirk Cousins is top 20 at least.
Man, I'm looking
At
up
least.
this motherfucker's credentials.
I'm done. He wants me off the podcast. That man's a criminal.
Chris Sims. Who the fuck are you? He was a quarterback in the NFL for Tampa Bay?
Give this man some ranch.
My ass he was.
That list is nuts. That's so mad disrespectful.
Bro, this dude, there's no
I'll bet
way,
you
bro.
$100 his number one quarterback in the league is Tom Brady.
Of course.
He's an old ad. I feel like he's going to play
he
some
is.
Tom Brady.
Oh my God, bro. There's no fucking way I just saw that list, bro.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Just wait. I'll keep you updated. Next podcast, if he releases more. It's gonna keep being released until June 13th. We find out number one.
Oh
like
my
top
God,
five or whatever.
Dude, it's not gonna be Brady, and it's not gonna be Rodgers. It's gonna be somebody else, and we're gonna be like, what the fuck? I'm telling you, it's not gonna be Brady or Rodgers.
Joe Burrow.
He will,
It'll be
dude. He
Patty.
will. He'll make it like Mahomes or like Joe or someone like that.
It's gonna be Patty.
Oh, I'll
It
make
might
it
be.
Pat.
But that's
Hey,
all we got.
Wait,
That's
I
all
was
we got
just about to
boys.
say, because when you said, is there anything else, and you said Tom Brady's name, I wanted to point
Yeah.
this out. Anyone else see Tom Brady make a fucking hole-in-one today?
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah,
Huh?
Tom.
And Tom Brady's out here golfing with drones. That was like one of the coolest videos I've ever seen.
He was doing,
It's like he knew.
They have the match coming up on June 1st. Tom
He
and
said
Aaron
that's why you film every shot.
versus Patrick and fucking Josh. So that's the 2v2 quarterback match that was going on June 1st. But it was funny because they were doing like a little chipping battle, and it was Brady chipping to like the receiver, and it was a net, and you had to chip the ball in the net. And Brady goes, I got my boy Mike Evans right there, always there for me. He's like, Brady, no, he goes, Rodgers, Mahomes, who the hell's gonna be catching yours? You guys don't have any fucking receivers now. He's like, we can't have tight ends out here, Patrick. He was talking shit to him like, you guys don't have any receivers. It was fucking great.
That's hilarious. Tom being Tom, man. Can't stop talking shit.
Tom is the Tom I've always wanted to root for. If Florida Tom has won every ring that he won at the Patriots, but was with Tampa,
Bill kept Tom under check.
oh my God, if Tom
He kept Tom from being Tom. But Tom is now Florida man Tom.
Florida Tom is the best Tom. I'm sorry. I love it.
Florida man wins Super Bowl. It's Tom Brady. But that's all we got for today. Ride the Tide Sports Podcast, Season 2, Episode 35. Thank you guys for joining us. We will see you guys next time. Until then, make sure you guys check out sixpackcoverage.com. Get some merch, get some flags, get some T-shirts, get some sweatshirts, whatever you want. Get it on sixpackcoverage.com. Check out our podcast and other podcasts on sixpackcoverage.com. Until next time, I'm Tycho. That's McDilly. That's The Wanderer. And Snoop Luke is next to me. We'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
Adios.
It's your place or it's mine, so